Hey guys, Wages World here, July 31st, 2020. This is going to be like a 5 or 10 minute video, just kind of informational real quick. I got some things I really want to share with you here real quick on this end of it. But I'm going to come back later on tonight with maybe a live stream, okay? Either a live stream or a, most definitely a video. And I got some stuff, some banger stuff you guys really need to see. I haven't shown stuff like this in a while. And a lot of it, okay? And it's different stuff. So, we're talking about, CME stuff that's going on. We got some human stuff to talk about. And all the stuff we typically do, plus more than what we don't normally do. So, like I said, I may just do a live stream because I want to start getting that interaction with you guys, okay? With the chat box and all that kind of thing. So I'm trying to set up my StreamYards and all that so I can at least do that. What you guys are looking at here, guys, this is my cousin, okay? Her dad passed away. It's horrible. He was had a pancreatic condition, and he had surgery, and and never made it back out of the hospital. He lasted for like 2 weeks and all that. I'm not going to go into too much more detail there, but she is his only next of kin. She is the only one he had. So all this stuff is falling on her to get taken care of. And if anybody knows the cost of funerals, they can be extremely high. And she's going with the least expensive. It's only $1,750. That kind of blew my mind. I mean, she did a good job getting down that low. I mean, that's wow. But you guys know I wouldn't ask if I didn't have any other options. If I had any other options at all, I wouldn't even ask. I just can't give her this kind of money. And I've only asked this one other time. And I don't monetize my channel, so it's not about that for me. You guys know that. And I wouldn't ask unless I didn't have any other options. And I think that this girl deserves a chance to get this just taken care of and have the chance to mourn her father the way that she needs to. Okay? And that's why I'm doing this. That's the only reason. I love my family and all that, and, she's my family, so that's what we do. So if you can, that'd be great. If you can't, I understand, okay? But I'll leave a link to this. If it's going to affect your family in such a bad way, don't even touch it, okay? Please. She wouldn't want you to. They're good, strong Christian people. There's good people all around, guys. So, if you can, it'd really be appreciated. If you can't, again, no big deal. I'm not going to hold anything against anybody. I mean, I'm just trying to make people aware of this and try to help her as much as I can in any way that I can. So, yeah. So we're going to jump into the next. I'll leave a link to this if you guys want to help. And we'll go. I'm going to talk about some face puke real quick. Okay. It's all good about prove stuff here real quick. Okay, guys. If any of you guys know anything about, if you got Facebook accounts or anything like that, you'll know what I'm talking about here. But this is over on the Wages World group page. All right. Now, Scott has one too, the Planet X News group page. And we kind of run them together a little bit. We're mods in each one of those, so we can kind of help take care of things. But he posted this. Okay. He posted this this information, and Facebook said it was false information. They're independent fact checkers, or whatever you want to call them, right? Listen, I'm going to show you guys something right here that's just stupid. So what Scott was saying here was, he was talking about the relationship between, here we'll go to this real quick. It says, to fight false news, Facebook pushes misleading content further down. In other words, they just put it down in the feed, and finally they just completely quit recommending your group at all. Your group gets rated now, guys, if people didn't know that, on this issue. On the false information type of thing, right? So we can look at this, and so what was their complaint here, right? What was incorrect? Details. Solar activity cycles have little effect on the Earth's climate and are not related to earthquakes or volcanic eruptions. Let me show you guys something real quick like. Okay, earthquakes and volcanic eruptions aren't affected by solar activity. says inadequate support. In other words, there wasn't no like link to an article or anything. Okay, and I'm not sure if there was or not. He might have had it in there. But again, this is from climatefeedback.org, and they're independent fact checkers is what they are. It says although solar activity is currently in a quiet phase, this is typical of an 11-year cycle. It says the effect of low solar activity on the Earth's climate is small compared to global, you guys can read that, caused by the greenhouse emissions. Okay, that's a bunch of stupid bunk right there in my opinion. Okay, other than that, yes, it is an 11-year cycle. But listen, we all know, all of us have already figured it out. A long time ago, we've been saying this for a long time, that the sun has a lot to do with earthquakes. Okay, so we go over here. Okay, it says low solar activity has little effect on Earth's climate. Da 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 da. This is what I got in my email. Okay, here's the claim. They break it down real quick right here. The sun has gone into lockdown, which could cause freezing weather, earthquakes, famine, say scientists. That was in the link that Scott left. It was in his article there. Okay, and he posted this on my page, on the Wages Rolled Facebook page. Verdict from the independent idiots, I'll call them. It says, incorrect. Solar activity cycles have little effect on the Earth's climate and are not related to earthquakes or volcanic activity. Okay, that's what this thing says. So they're holding to that. Now let me show you something, guys. It's also important for me to tell you guys that this just, what I just showed you from that, I got that email a few days ago. And it was before all this I'm getting ready to tell you. Okay, this is from Dutch Sense's live stream. He was talking about the earthquake and stuff that happened the other day in a paper that came out. So let me show you this. Now this is an abstract. What this is this gets peer reviewed by professional scientists. Okay, it goes through that network, and they're trying to. That's how they quote unquote try to make things more correct. Okay, I'll just put it that way. So it says here, on the correlation between solar activity and large earthquakes worldwide, that's the question, that's what they're going to be talking to. It says, large earthquakes occurring worldwide have long been recognized to be non-poison distributed, so involving some large-scale correlation mechanism, which could be internal or external to the Earth. Till now, no statistically significant correlation of the global seismicity with one of the possible mechanisms has been demonstrated yet. Okay, now listen, guys. That's a bunch of word salad. I get it. So let me tell you what they're trying to say here. Okay? They were trying to figure out if the sun could affect us. Now, what they said here was, where does it say that? Involving, it says internal or external to the Earth. A mechanism, internal or external. External would be the sun, guys, triggering earthquakes. Okay? So, let's go over here and look at the rest of this article. Then it says right here, listen, they're talking about SOHO information. They're talking about all this stuff. They go on to say, yes, it does. Okay, this is a peer-reviewed paper saying that, yes, this does affect earthquakes. But why did the fact checker must have missed that? That's for sure. It says right here that when we get hit with like a solar storm, within a day, we usually get a 5 or a 6 earthquake magnitude. And usually in multiple places that we've been noticing. And then right here, this is an important part of it too. 10 to the 5th. That's the chances they have of being wrong about this. They do that. They assign like a percentage to these papers, whether they think they could be wrong or not. In other words, that 10 to the 5th is such a big number, it's almost impossible for this to be wrong. I mean, it's always possible, but it's almost impossible. So that is junk that they're doing this, okay? And I wanted to put that out there so everybody can see it. And, like I said, we're just trying to share information. Scott just dropped that over there in the Facebook group, and that's what I got with email like a few days, like the next day or something. And what happens is your group page rating goes down. Again, like I said, they quit recommending your stuff. And eventually you just don't get seen. And this is the exact reason. This is how they're trying to control the narrative, guys. You know, free speech, what is that? I don't think we have it anymore, guys. I really don't. But that is what it is. I'm not going to go too much more into that. But I wanted to show you guys that. So yeah, come on over to the Wages World Facebook page. Everybody gets accepted in. If you break the same rules I have in my comment section, you'll get booted out. No vulgarity and no attacking each other or other channels. Keep it respectful, but I encourage disagreement because it helps us be better. Okay? And go over and check out Scott's Facebook page too, Planet X News Facebook page. I'll leave a link to both of them, guys. But yeah, so again, guys, this is my cousin. If you can help her out, it would be awesome. If you can't, I understand. It's not, you know, I'm gonna hold it against anybody at all. But I think anybody that's been around my channel long enough, they know me good enough to know that I wouldn't ask unless I had any other option. So, and I hate to see people, especially in my family, going through pain and having to deal with stuff that they shouldn't have to. She should be able to concentrate on just mourning the death of her father. And when stuff like this is going on, it's hard to concentrate on that. So, yeah. So if you could, if not, all good, guys, all good. Now I'll come back later on with a pretty big video here. Hold on one second. Okay, guys, this is what the sun looks like today. Take that in for a minute. We got stuff going on everywhere here, guys. Okay, we've got CMEs, we got sunspots. We'll talk about that more here in a minute or later on tonight. Check that out, guys. That's from a personal telescope. And we'll talk about that more too when we get there. I'm not going to show you any more of it, but we'll talk about that later on tonight. Check that out, man. Wow. Okay, guys, Scott's also going back to some of his old captures. Look at that. I remember this one, but it didn't look this good until he put the new technique he uses on this. That's crazy. Crazy town. Look at that. And I'll say this real quick. Look at this. You can still see how it's connected right there. And I got some stuff that I caught myself that's going to kind of correlate with this. And we'll go into this a little bit more in detail. But yeah, so if you guys could help with everything, guys. But this is what we're going to talk about later on tonight. Maybe a live stream. I hope to be a live stream if I can get my StreamYards working good enough. Anyway, guys, God bless. Yahusha saves. And you can drink this Kool-Aid.